All right, people, listen up because this is some exciting stuff right here, okay? This is exciting. I want this game right now. WWE 2K just released a bunch of new information on MyCareer, and from the sound of it, it sounds incredible. Like, I need this in my life right now because playing 2K17 MyCareer, as you guys know, we're still playing it. I'm trying to make the most of it, but I'm so sick of facing the same person every single show and cutting the promos that I'm cutting and doing all this and that. I'm so sick of it. I would love to not face Bray Wyatt 3 Raws in a row. 3 Raws in a row. And if I beat this dude 3 times in a row, I mean, by the 3rd time, this man shouldn't be able to walk. But nonetheless, you know, I'm not even in a feud with him. That's the worst part. He's just randomly Bray Wyatt. What am I, Finn Balor? Now look, in MyCareer in 2K18, it's already looking crazy. It's already looking crazy. It needs to be an improvement. Let's straight up talk about this. 2K18 MyCareer needs to be better, and it needs to be a ton better, not just a little bit better. And one of the things that they didn't talk about in this article today about WWE 2K18 was the problems with MyCareer and facing the same person and not really having any direction. They did say in the new article this afternoon that you can find in the description. I'll link you the whole article. They did say in the article this afternoon that they wanted to add a more compelling story into 2K18, and hopefully that's true because that's what the game needs. It needs some direction and maybe some explanations on what's going on. Because for the most part, I think that you know, for more casual players and honestly, people who still play, to be honest, it's not even just casual players, just most people. Most people have no idea what half the stuff in MyCareer does. They don't understand the excitement meter. They don't understand, you know, getting 5-star matches. They don't understand how to move up the ladder. They just kind of played. And then most people just kind of played and then stopped playing and then never went back to it. So that's the issue with 2K17 MyCareer, is the lack of direction. So hopefully in 2K18 that changes and we understand what these things do and we understand what to do, when to do them, and why we're doing them, because those are the biggest things. Those are the biggest things. If we don't know why we're doing things, why are we doing it? You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense. And especially with 2K18, which we have Backstage Roaming, that leaves us a lot of freedom, and that freedom can be scary. You know, I'm all for freedom in these games. That's what I've been preaching for the last couple of years. Is I felt like the 2K series so far has been lacking freedom of choices. You know, it feels like the game almost plays itself sometimes. And with that freedom comes some scary stuff. Because when it gives you that freedom, that could mean that they kind of lack on the storytelling part of it. Because they're going to rely on you being able to pick and choose this and that. So hopefully, you know, with this new freedom roaming backstage, it adds to the experience and isn't just something to fluff over everything else. That's what I'm hoping for. Because if it is, that's incredible, because this looks great. I'm looking at the screenshots right now. They've been playing on the stream for you, and they look cool. You can go talk to a tailor. You can go talk to them about your clothes or whatever. I'm guessing that's how you can change your attire, as you go up and talk to them. You can go talk to Albert and stuff backstage, which I'm sure he's a big part of it because he's in the developmental process. You know, he's a big guy there. So hopefully that turns out great, because, I mean, look at this. We haven't had anything like this. You know, we haven't had anything like going up and talking to a tailor in the 2K series. So this is brand new stuff. Now, let me talk to you guys about what else they talked about. So they obviously wanted to talk about the story and progression. They said this year they wanted to focus on a strong story narrative, which is exactly what they needed to do. They absolutely need some sort of strong story that's not, you know, and this is where I was kind of disappointed because of the way that they kind of explained it, because I was thinking, it was like, okay, we wanted to focus on a strong story narrative, and it's like, please just don't let it be the Authority. No, the Authority is not here right now. Well, for the time being, for the time being. So let's not do that. And but here's the thing. They said in the next sentence, we needed to develop unique and compelling storylines that are no longer shared from universe mode. You know, because in 2K17 with MyCareer, most of the stuff that happened was just universe cutscenes. That was all it was. And then you just feuded, and then it would randomly end, or you would just go to pay-per-views for some reason, and then sometimes it would just break, and you would be in a feud with them, and you wouldn't be gaining rivalry points, and we'd have to... I apologize for that outburst, but as you can see, I had an experience with that. So anyways, it says that you can take 2 different paths, and the paths, they're not that... This is where I kind of got scared, because they're not that unique. So you take either the company man path, which is, let's not beat around the bush, essentially the authority. And then when you had the fan favorite part, which is obviously anti-authority. And that kind of scared me a little bit, because that kind of sounds just like what we already had. And I'm like, I don't know about that. That's interesting. Let me explain to you what company man and fan favorite is, because it does sound a little different, but it's just, you know, I know those words. I know those words. So we had company man, which is you go down the company man path, helping the general managers get whatever they want out of the show. This involves conspiring with the GMs backstage, ambushing other people in the locker room, or during their interviews. Basically, just doing whatever it takes to help the general manager in the ring and backstage. The rewards are hefty, though. As you continue to help the GM, you'll gain access to awesome upgrades, such as the ability to orchestrate a run-in to help you win a match. You can also access Vince McMahon's office to lobby for match card changes and title rematches. So, it sounds different than 2K17. The thing is, it's just so close to the authority, because we've essentially had that forever. So it's just nice to hear that they at least made it a little different. Like, some of the stuff is a little different for the company man storyline, so I'm happy with that. We'll see how it turns out. I'm sure it'll be great, especially with the backstage stuff. I'm sure it'll turn out fine. But we also had fan favorite being, you know, you don't play the company game, brother. You're about going out there and putting on the best matches and promos, which apparently no one is about in the WWE anymore. Every time I see on Twitter, it's not about the 5 stars, man. It's about how many zeros are on my paycheck, brother. So apparently everybody's a company man nowadays. Who cares about being a fan favorite? You have a locker room full of WWE superstars and legends backstage, which is great to hear. Because I feel like legends were completely missed out in the last MyCareer. And one thing though about this is that I thought when I first read the legends thing that legends were going to be in the matches, which I still think would be really cool. I mean, I think it would be cool to there's so many people on the roster, and to take out a huge part of them is just I don't know how I feel about that. It says that legends are always backstage during shows, and if you earn their respect, you get in-ring bonuses for your matches and promos. And it says if you become the complete package, like Stone Cold or John Cena, you'll have your own customized WWE Championship or Universal Championship. That sounds a lot more interesting than I expected. That sounds cool. So having something like a spinner belt or something like that sounds cool to me. But the fan favorite thing is, you know, you have good matches night in, night out. You test your in-ring skills on the microphone. So essentially you just be a white meat baby face, and eventually they'll help you out and you'll do the thing. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what they're looking at here. And they said they're going to put there's some good stuff to this. So they said they're going to put a bunch of twists and turns to make it feel like your own story, which hopefully that's true. Hopefully that's true. Okay? I'm hoping it's true. They also said that there's going to be stuff like side quests and stuff, which was wording that I did not expect to read here. They said that sometimes the interactions will also present side quests that are separate from the main storyline. So, you know, for example, you can go help another superstar, or you go toe-to-toe with someone else in a promo or something like that. So that sounds pretty cool. For the backstage roaming stuff, they said that you can basically just do whatever you want. If someone's talking with Renee Young backstage, you can just go up there and jump them if you wanted to. I feel like I wish there was more to it. Like, I wish, like, if they were interviewing with Renee Young, you just walk up and get yourself in the promo too. Like, hey, what's going on, guys? I feel like that'd be pretty cool. You can also do your own. If Renee's not interviewing someone, you can do your own promos and stuff like that. And of course, the Taylor backstage with all that, and we saw Albert and stuff. So that's, you know, that's all something. They also updated the promo system. They said they added a lot more intricacies, like Shinsuke does his little, you know, moving gimmick, you know, where he's like, the way that he moves and stuff is what I'm trying to say here. New Day will dance to the ring. Bray Wyatt will fidget while he's talking on the microphone and stuff, which I'm sure will look interesting. Okay, for some reason, when the way that they said Bray Wyatt will fidget maniacally is just, I feel like that's going to definitely be something. But they said that this year, instead of worrying about having to, you know, pick the right thing for the right crowd and stuff, this year it ain't like that. It's just making a cohesive promo that makes sense, and it's basically, it gives you more freedom that way. So as long as the promo makes sense and you're sticking to the point that you wanted to make, the promo will perform well. And then with the MyCareer invasion this year, instead of just having your friends' characters in like the main menu, your friends' characters are backstage, so you can go up to them, talk to them, pick them as tag team partners, get side quests with them, ambush them, kick their butts, you lots of stuff. So that sounds cool. You know, I'm I'm excited. I'm excited, but I'm cautiously excited for a lot of this stuff. Hopefully it turns out great, but we'll have to see. So what did you guys think of today's reveals? I'm interested in that. Why don't you tell me down in the comments. I want to thank you guys for watching this. I hope that you enjoyed. Remember, if you did, to leave that thumbs up, subscribe if you guys are not subscribed for more of that goodness on my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. See you!